Imagine this, more than 500,000 Britons have already packed their bags and left the UK in the last few years. Rising living costs, gloomy weather and endless Brexit red tape have left many wondering, is staying in Britain really worth it anymore? Here's the shocking part. While some people think moving abroad is complicated, for Britons, certain European countries make it surprisingly easy. No mountains of paperwork, no impossible language barriers. In some cases, you could be living abroad legally in just a matter of weeks. But here's the big question. Which countries actually welcome Britons with open arms? And more importantly, where can you enjoy lower costs, better healthcare, and a lifestyle that feels like a permanent holiday? The answers might surprise you. Some of these countries aren't even the obvious ones you'd expect. And the best part, they're closer than you think. So if you've ever dreamed of trading grey skies for sunshine or stress for simplicity, stay tuned, because we're about to explore the 10 easiest countries in Europe for Britons who want to leave the UK, and by the end, you might just know where your new life could begin. Number 10, the Netherlands. When most people think of moving abroad, they imagine somewhere warm and laid back. But the Netherlands earns its spot on this list for a completely different reason: ease and practicality. For Britons looking for a smooth relocation, this country is one of Europe's hidden gems. First, language is barely a barrier. An incredible 90% of Dutch people speak English, making daily life remarkably stress-free. Whether you're opening a bank account, renting an apartment, or ordering food, you won't feel lost in translation. Then there's the visa system. The Netherlands offers a skilled migrant visa, designed for professionals who secure a job in Dutch companies. If you work in tech, finance, or healthcare, your chances are even better. Plus, the process is known for being faster and less complicated compared to other European Union countries. But what makes the Netherlands truly attractive is its quality of life. Picture modern cities with excellent public transport, bike-friendly streets, world-class healthcare, and a strong sense of safety. Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Utrecht are the obvious hotspots, but smaller cities like Eindhoven or Groningen can offer lower rents and a quieter lifestyle, while still keeping you connected. Cost of living is higher than in Southern Europe, yes, but salaries and job opportunities usually balance it out. And let's not forget, the UK is just a short flight or even a train ride away. If you want a country that feels modern, efficient, and welcoming to English speakers, the Netherlands quietly makes a strong case. Number 9, Cyprus. Coming in at number 9 is Cyprus, a sun-soaked island that has quietly become one of the most Britain-friendly countries in Europe. If you've ever dreamed of waking up to blue skies almost every single day, Cyprus might just steal your heart. Let's start with the basics. Cyprus has one of the highest numbers of British expats per capita in Europe. In fact, entire towns feel like little extensions of the UK, but with Mediterranean sunshine and lower living costs. The familiar left-hand driving system even makes getting around feel instantly comfortable. Residency is also refreshingly straightforward. Cyprus offers retirement visas, property investment options, and even long-term permits for those with steady income. For many Britons, it's far less intimidating compared to the complicated systems you'll face elsewhere in Europe. Healthcare is another big plus. The island boasts an affordable system that's well regarded and accessible to residents. And when it comes to lifestyle, it's a mix of beaches, outdoor cafes, and a relaxed pace of life that feels worlds away from the grey UK commute. Cost of living varies depending on where you settle. Limassol is more expensive, while Paphos or Larnaca can be far more affordable, without losing the charm. But here's the best part. You're still just a few hours away from London, making visits back home easy and affordable. So what do you think? Could Cyprus be the fresh start you're looking for? Drop a comment below with the country you'd choose, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos just like this one. Number 8. Malta. Imagine stepping outside your door and hearing the church bells echo through narrow limestone streets, the scent of the sea drifting in from the harbour. That's Malta, a tiny island nation with a massive appeal for Britons seeking a new start. Unlike bigger European countries, Malta doesn't overwhelm you with endless choices. It's compact, easy to navigate, and almost everywhere feels like a postcard. English is an official language, so communication isn't just easy, it's effortless. From renting an apartment to visiting a doctor, You'll never feel like an outsider struggling to be understood. But Malta's charm isn't just in its language. It's in the way daily life feels more personal, more human. Cafes are filled with chatter, neighbors greet each other by name, and community is woven into the island's culture. For many Britons, that warmth is exactly what they've been missing back home. Practicality also works in Malta's favor. Residency routes include digital nomad schemes, retirement programs, and attractive tax setups. And while property can be pricey in hotspots like Valletta or Sliema, quieter towns such as Gozo offer affordable alternatives with stunning scenery. What really sets Malta apart, though, is its pace of life. Things move slower here, but in the best way possible. The island invites you to slow down, breathe, and actually enjoy your surroundings, a reminder of why you wanted to leave the UK in the first place. For Britons craving sunshine, familiarity, and community, Malta isn't just a destination, it's a lifestyle reset. Number 7. Italy. Italy might not seem like the easiest choice at first glance, but for Britons with a love of culture, food, and a slower pace of life, it's far more accessible than you might think. The key entry route is the elective residence visa. This visa is designed for people who can support themselves without working in Italy, perfect for retirees, remote workers with stable income, or those with savings. While it doesn't allow you to take a local job, it does give you the freedom to live legally in one of Europe's most beloved destinations. So what's the attraction? First, the lifestyle. Italians are known for their emphasis on family, food, and quality of life. From the rolling vineyards of Tuscany to the seaside towns of Puglia, every region has a distinct personality, and despite the romantic image of expensive Italy, many areas outside the major cities are surprisingly affordable. A countryside villa or small-town apartment can cost a fraction of what you'd pay in the UK. Healthcare is another strong factor. Italy's public healthcare system ranks among the best in Europe, offering excellent care at relatively low costs for residents. Of course, bureaucracy in Italy has a reputation for being slow and sometimes frustrating. But for Britons who value sunshine, fresh food, and a society that truly understands how to enjoy life, those challenges often fade into the background. Italy may not be the cheapest or the simplest, but it offers something rarer, the chance to truly live beautifully every single day. Number 6. Greece. Close your eyes and picture this. Whitewashed houses with blue shutters, olive groves stretching to the horizon, and the Aegean Sea sparkling under the sun. For many Britons, Greece isn't just a holiday destination, it's the kind of escape they've been craving for years. And the truth is, it's easier to move here than most people realize. Greece actively encourages foreigners to settle, with options like the Golden Visa for property investors and simplified residence permits for retirees or those with independent income. That means starting over in Greece is more than a fantasy, it's a genuine opportunity. But the pull of Greece isn't paperwork, it's the lifestyle. Days here move at a gentler rhythm. Meals are slow, conversations last longer, and family ties run deep. For someone leaving the UK's fast, sometimes stressful pace, this shift feels like medicine for the soul. Affordability also adds to the appeal. Housing in smaller towns or on less tourist-heavy islands can be far cheaper than in Britain. Daily costs, like fresh produce from the market or a seaside coffee, remain low, making quality living surprisingly accessible. Of course, life isn't perfect. Greek bureaucracy can test your patience, and job opportunities may be limited unless you work remotely. But for those seeking sunshine, community, and a sense of belonging, these challenges pale in comparison to the rewards. For Britons looking not just for a new address, but for a new way of living, Greece offers exactly that. Warmth, both in climate and in people. Number 5. Germany. If your top priority is stability and opportunity, Germany deserves a place high on your list. It might not have the beaches of Greece or the charm of Malta, but it makes up for it with something just as valuable: reliability. Germany's visa system is one of the most structured in Europe. For Britons with professional skills, the skilled worker visa or the EU Blue Card makes relocation surprisingly straightforward. The country actively seeks talent in fields like engineering, IT, and healthcare, meaning demand is high and the process is relatively smooth compared to other European destinations. Then there's the job market. Germany has one of the lowest unemployment rates in Europe, and average salaries are higher than in many EU nations. For Britons frustrated by limited prospects back home, this can feel like a breath of fresh air. Life outside of work also has strong appeal. Germany's cities are clean, safe, and efficient. Berlin is known for its creative energy, Munich for its wealth and order, Hamburg for its charm as a port city. Public transport is excellent, healthcare is among the best in Europe, and education standards are high. Of course, integration takes effort. While English is widely spoken in big cities, daily life often requires at least basic German. The bureaucracy can also feel overwhelming at first. But once you navigate the paperwork, you'll find a country that rewards you with security, opportunity, and long-term stability. For Britons seeking a solid foundation rather than just sunshine, Germany delivers exactly that. Number 4. Ireland. For many Britons, the thought of moving abroad feels overwhelming. Different laws, new languages, endless paperwork. But with Ireland, it's almost like skipping the hard part. In fact, moving here is one of the smoothest transitions you could possibly make. Thanks to the common travel area, Britons don't need a visa or residency permit. You can live, work, or study in Ireland as easily as you can in Manchester or London. That simplicity alone makes it a standout on this list. But what really draws people in is how familiar Ireland feels, yet how different it is at the same time. You can walk into a cafe and order in English, but instead of drizzle and rush hour misery, you're likely looking out over green hills or hearing live music spilling out of a pub. The culture feels warm and inviting, with community at its core. Dublin offers the hustle and opportunities of a modern European capital, but outside the city, life slows down. Places like Cork, Limerick, or the coastal villages of Kerry offer that mix of charm, history, and stunning landscapes that makes everyday life feel richer. Of course, Ireland has challenges. Housing shortages and rising costs in urban centres can be frustrating. Yet many Britons find the trade-off worth it for the sense of belonging and closeness to home. It's just a short flight or ferry ride back to the UK. If you want an easy move that feels both comforting and exciting, Ireland is as close to abroad without the stress as it gets. Number 3. France. For generations, France has been the dream escape for Britons. It's not hard to see why. Vineyards stretching over rolling hills, rustic markets bursting with fresh produce, and picturesque towns where time seems to move slower. Living here doesn't just mean a new address, it means adopting an entirely different way of life. The practical side is reassuring too. France has one of the largest British expat populations in Europe, which makes integration easier than you might expect. In regions like the Dordogne, Normandy, and Brittany, entire communities are built around long-standing British ties, so you'll find plenty of support and familiarity. Residency options are accessible, especially if you have income from abroad or plan to retire. And once you're settled, you gain access to one of the world's best healthcare systems, renowned for its quality and affordability. But perhaps the biggest draw is lifestyle. Imagine morning walks to the local boulangerie, afternoons sipping wine at a cafe, and weekends exploring medieval villages or strolling along the Riviera. For many Britons tired of the fast, grey grind back home, this shift feels like a breath of fresh air. Of course, costs vary. Paris can be pricey, but smaller towns and rural areas often offer surprisingly affordable housing, sometimes even entire farmhouses for less than a UK flat. The bureaucracy can be daunting, yes, but once you're through it, you're rewarded with stability and beauty in everyday life. For Britons seeking both comfort and inspiration, France is more than a neighbour. It's a lifestyle upgrade waiting just across the channel. Number 2. Spain. If there's one country that has always felt like Britain's second home, it's Spain. From sun-soaked coastlines to buzzing cities, it's no surprise that over 300,000 Britons officially live here, and many more spend part of the year soaking up the Mediterranean lifestyle. Why Spain? First, the climate. With over 300 days of sunshine a year in regions like the Costa del Sol, it's hard not to feel uplifted compared to Britain's grey skies. Then there's the pace of life, long lunches, late dinners, and an emphasis on family and social connection. It's a lifestyle shift that feels like a permanent holiday. On the practical side, Spain makes it relatively straightforward. The non-lucrative visa allows Britons with stable income or savings to settle, while the golden visa is available for property investors. And given Spain's lower property prices compared to the UK, it's no wonder many retirees and remote workers see this as an easy route. Cost of living is another bonus. Groceries, dining out, and public transport are all cheaper than back home, especially if you avoid the tourist-heavy hotspots. Healthcare is affordable and well-regarded, and with such a large British community already established, you'll never feel alone. From the energy of Barcelona to the quiet charm of Andalusian villages, Spain offers variety for every taste and budget. For Britons dreaming of sunshine, affordability, and an instant sense of belonging, Spain remains one of the easiest and happiest choices in Europe. Number 1. Portugal. Topping the list is Portugal, and for Britons dreaming of a fresh start, it's hard to argue against it. Warm, welcoming, and remarkably accessible, Portugal has become one of the most popular relocation destinations in Europe, and for good reason. Let's start with the practical side. Portugal's D7 visa, often called the passive income visa, has made it incredibly easy for retirees, remote workers, and those with stable income to settle legally. Add to that the new digital nomad visa, and suddenly Portugal feels tailor-made for modern Britons looking to live and work abroad without the stress. Then there's lifestyle. From Lisbon's colourful streets and Porto's riverside charm to the Algarve's golden beaches, Portugal offers something for everyone. The climate is one of Europe's sunniest, with long summers and mild winters that make the dreary drizzle of the UK feel like a distant memory. Cost of living is another win. Groceries, dining out, and even healthcare are significantly more affordable compared to Britain. Many expats report that their money stretches further here, allowing for a higher quality of life without higher costs. But what really sets Portugal apart is its warmth. Not just the weather, but the people. Locals are famously welcoming, and with a large British community already established, you'll feel at home faster than you expect. Portugal isn't just a place to move, it's a place to truly live. For Britons seeking sunshine, affordability, and a smoother path to residency, it's no surprise this country takes the number 1 spot. So, which of these countries would you pack your bags for first? Tell us in the comments. We love hearing your dreams and plans. And if you haven't yet, check out our previous video for even more tips on moving abroad. We put a lot of effort into bringing you this content, so please support us. Hit that subscribe button. It's just one click and it means the world to us.